Hello, Mr. Agee. My name is Steven. I'm a student nurse here at Jefferson College. Wanted to see if we could talk a little bit about, I know you came in, you had a fractured wrist, but you took an audit test while you were there. And it's just an assessment we give to everybody just to assess for alcohol use. I was wondering if we could talk a little bit about that while we have a chance.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
All right, great. Well, to start, can you tell me just a little bit about, like on an average week, how much do you drink?
In the past 6 months, I've started drinking more. I'd say I probably drink 3 or 4 beers a day.
Okay.
I like to play golf sometimes on the weekends too, and I'll drink a little bit more when I play golf. So.
Okay. And how do you feel about how much you're drinking?
I don't really see much of a problem, but I'm having a little bit of trouble with my wife, and I'm not spending as much time with my grandkids as I'd like, and just, I guess I could see that maybe it's the alcohol, so.
It's difficult to tell sometimes, but it's something we just wanted to talk about. So, what is it what you like about drinking?
I've just been, I started drinking more, it's like I said, 6 months ago, and it just helps me relax and feel more comfortable and kind of escape.
So that's kind of a benefit of drinking, the escape and how it makes you feel?
Definitely.
Okay. Anything that you see bad about it? Any cons you see associated with drinking?
I've been kind of isolated and haven't been spending as much time with my wife recently, so I guess it's probably straining my marriage a little bit.
Okay.
I don't think she's the happiest about me drinking 3 or 4 beers a day, but
I can understand. Do you see any kind of relationship between how much you've been drinking and your relationship with your family?
just haven't spent as much time with my grandkids as I'd like. Probably come home, I'm retired, and I thought I could enjoy my retirement a little bit more, but older age and allows me to have some problems with doing the activities I enjoy, so I guess I just kind of drink to escape from those
Sure.
problems. So.
Well, just so I can kind of understand this, just so we're on the same page. So the drinking that you've been doing lately is just to help you feel more comfortable, helps you feel more relaxed, and helps you to escape some of those things that you were talking about, the changes of aging. It helps to help you cope with that a little bit better. Is that about right?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, great. So I know this can kind of be a difficult thing to talk about. Most people don't like to talk about this kind of thing, and I appreciate you talking with me about that. But from the audit tool, we wanted to talk about it because it showed that you might be at a little bit risk of overconsumption of alcohol. And we're a little bit concerned about that.
It's only 3 or 4 beers a day.
And it doesn't take much, and we're not saying that you're by any means overusing, but it definitely is cause to bring up some more questions. We just wanted to make sure that everything was okay, and that we could see if there was anything else going on that we could address.
Okay.
So just on that same note, I just want to make sure that we got everything covered here. So just talking about your medical history. So when you came in, we noticed that your blood pressure was a little bit high, and if that's not a normal thing for you, it may be something related to the alcohol. Alcohol can have that effect on the blood pressure, and with high blood pressure, there's other kind of health problems that can come with that. High blood pressure, there's heart problems, kidney problems, and it may be related to the alcohol. So if that's something that we can address, then it might help you to avoid some of those complications and help you to stay active in the things you like to do, like playing golf and spending time with your grandkids.
Okay.
So just to see if we can understand everything correctly. So you noticed that you've been drinking a little bit more in the past 6 months, and been drinking about 3 to 4 beers a day.
Right.
Okay. And sometimes you drink a little bit more when you're before you're about to go play golf on the weekends.
We'll probably have a few beers sometimes before I go play golf. Yeah.
Sometimes it might help the stroke. And the drinking you've been doing is because it helps you make you feel good.
Right.
Okay.
Relaxing.
And it's having some effect on you. It's not something that you recognize that there are some not as good beneficial qualities of drinking alcohol. And then from the audit, we wanted to ask you more questions about it because it does show that you're at risk of overconsumption of alcohol.
Okay, wow.
And then And then we talked about continuing to drink might have other kind of health complications for you and affects your activity that you might like to play, like playing golf,
Right.
spending time with your grandkids. Is that about right? Did I miss anything?
I think you covered it.
Okay. So I want to ask you, how do you feel about changing your alcohol behaviors? What's your feelings about that?
Well, I definitely like to spend more time with my grandkids and improve the relationship with my wife. And if reducing my alcohol consumption will help me with that, then I'd definitely like to make a change.
Okay, so just so I can gauge about how willing you are, on a scale about a 0 to 10, 0 being that you're not at all willing to make a change, and 10 being that's something you're really interested in doing, where about are you on that range?
I'd say probably like a 7.
A 7, okay, so that's pretty high. So that tells me that you're pretty interested in making a change. What makes you say 7, not like a 9 or a 10?
I just enjoy the effects of the alcohol. I mean, been
Mhm.
drinking for probably, We've increased the past 6 months, but it's kind of always been a part of my life, so.
Okay. So how confident do you feel that you might be able to reduce your drinking, or maybe just stop drinking?
Stop drinking.
Stop drinking.
Not very confident. I think
Okay.
that'd be kind of difficult to do just altogether,
Mhm.
since I've been doing it for so long, especially since I've been kind of alone, nobody really to support me through this.
Certainly.
So I drink a little bit more when I'm by myself.
Okay. So we're about on a scale of that same 0 to 10, 0 being not very confident, 10 being very confident. Where would you say that you are in your confidence of stopping drinking?
Stopping, I'd say probably like a 3.
Okay. Is there anything, do you feel more confident maybe reducing your drinking?
Yeah, I'd say that'd probably be like a 6 or a 7 there.
Okay, that's great. Is there anything that might be help to make you feel more confident? Is there any influences in your life that could help that?
Well, if I had more support, I think maybe that could help me. Maybe if my wife would, engage in some activities with me instead of, just like nagging me all the time about my drinking, then maybe I could just not drink as much.
Sure. Yeah, I understand. Okay. Well, I think it's great that you have a willing to change. You're confident that you can reduce your alcohol intake, and I think that's a great thing there. So I can tell you're motivated. I think your grandkids, they'll definitely help to motivate you, and golf seems like something that's really important to you. So we want to make sure that we're keeping you on the greens. So after we're talking about all that, I want to start to give you some feedback about what my suggestions are. Now, they're just my advice, but just talking with you, I think that your family could be influential in helping you to reduce your alcohol intake. So maybe just discussing that with your wife would be beneficial for you. And then maybe even just limiting your alcohol intake to special occasions. Not drinking every day per se, but maybe just on special occasions. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I could probably cut back and maybe limit it to holidays or
Mhm.
something. Yeah.
Is there anything else that might help you to reduce your drinking?
Well,
Just to come
I
up
would
with
say
a
maybe if
goal?
it just wasn't available, if it wasn't there, maybe I could, I wouldn't just reach for it if I didn't see it in the fridge.
Mhm.
Sometimes I just see it on the shelf there and just grab a beer just to grab a beer because it's there. But if it wasn't there, I probably wouldn't grab it and drink it. So maybe removing it from my fridge would help me not drink as much.
So maybe a good goal then would be not to keep the fridge stocked with beer as often.
Yeah,
And-
I could probably do that.
Well, that's great. Well, I think your wife could certainly help you with the change. I think that's good to maybe consult with her, and then limiting the amount of alcohol you bring into the home. So I think this has been a good talk, and I hope it's been beneficial for you. I'd like to follow up, set up an appointment for later on, maybe in about a month, and just to kind of assess your progress with reducing your alcohol. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, I guess I could come back and see you in a month.
Okay, great. I'll set you up.
Thanks.
Thank you.
See you.
See you.
That was good. I feel like that might have been like the most
Hello, Mr. Hurt. My name is Steven. I'm a student nurse here at Jefferson College, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a test that you took. It's called an audit, and you scored a 33 on it. Is that something we can talk to you about today?
Yeah, I guess we can do that.
Okay. My first question for you is just related to that test is how much are you currently drinking each day?
Some days it's a lot. I get a little bit, I guess.
Okay.
Some days are a little more. Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about your drinking? Just in your own words.
I don't really have an issue with it. It's whatever, man.
Is there anything you like in particular about drinking?
I mean, definitely, it's nice to kind of get away, get out of just take a break, kind of escape.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I do it for.
So it gives you a little bit of a break, it helps you escape. Anything in particular bad about it that you see about drinking alcohol?
I mean, I don't really talk to my wife much because we fight all the time. That's the bad stuff.
Okay. Any relationship between your drinking and how you are with your wife, your relationship with your wife?
All we do is argue. I mean, I used to like drinking with my friends, and now I just friends just don't like me. I just want to do stuff with them.
Okay.
It's not like it used to be.
So it sounds like you like drinking and helps you to feel better. It helps you feel like you're escaping. Maybe helps you feel like you can get through the day a little bit easier. You're having a little bit of a different relationship with your wife and your friends. It's just not as easy dealing with that stress. So you've been turning to alcohol. Is that about right?
Yeah, it helps me get through the day.
Okay. Well, thank you for telling me all this. I know this can be a little bit difficult topic to talk about, so I appreciate you telling me about this. It can be pretty uncomfortable, and so you're doing very well talking about this.
Yeah, you gotta ask me or whatever.
Okay. Well, the reason why we want to talk about this is one reason in particular is it does have a significant effect on your body. And when you came in here today, you did have a very high blood pressure, something higher than we might normally see for somebody that your age. And we might think that it has something to do with your alcohol intake. Your BMI, which is a measure of how much your weight and your height is, also decreased over the past year. And we're wondering if that has anything to do with your alcohol intake.
Yeah, body falls apart, I guess. It just happens.
Okay. So just so we're on the same page, I just kind of want to summarize everything we've talked about thus far. You say that you've been drinking a little bit every day. Some days maybe you drink a little bit more than others, and it helps you to feel a lot better. Your drinking, it helps you get through the day. But your relationships have been impacted. Is that pretty accurate?
Yeah, I'd say for the most part, you're pretty much getting at it.
Okay. Are you at all interested in changing your drinking habits at this point?
Not really.
On a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being I'm not at all interested, and 10 being I'm pretty interested, where would you sit on there?
Maybe you could do a 3.
A 3? Okay. What makes you say a 3 and not like a 0?
No, I guess drinking as much as I have been, I guess it's not good for you, and I guess I have wrecked my car a couple times, and people are kind of pissed at me, so probably not good.
Do you think you might be able to reduce your drinking?
It seems kind of impossible. I'll just do it.
Okay. So on that same kind of scale, how impossible? From 0 to 10 being 0's, it's totally impossible. To 10, it might be pretty possible.
I might go with a 2, 1. I give it a 2.
Okay, so 2 is telling me that you're not feeling very confident in changing your drinking behaviors. Is there anything that might help you make you feel more confident in changing that? Because we are a little bit concerned about how much you've been drinking, and I think something might be able to help you would be something to focus on.
I mean, if you're looking for something, I guess I'd like to spend some more time with my friends, and like my girl to quit just getting on my case about stuff. just help so a lot.
Would you say that your friends are a good influence in your life? Or they, when you were hanging out with them more, do they give you positive encouragement? Are they positive influences in your life?
I guess, yeah, there's some good guys in there. Don't see them much, but yeah, there's a couple I think probably okay.
Okay. Well, if that was something that you were starting to become interested in doing, reducing your drinking, I think that your friends, possibly even your wife, could be a good support to help you do that. It seems like they're influential in your life, your friends are, and that they could help you make a change if it came to that. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I could do a little something, yeah.
Okay. And I think just from your responses of choosing a 3, that you were not interested in changing your behaviors, that you recognize in some way that drinking has a negative impact on your life, and that it has an effect on your ability to operate motor vehicles. You've had a couple car accidents, I've noticed, whether those related to alcohol or not. So I think what we should do is try to figure out a plan. So maybe we can try to reduce your drinking a little bit, and help you try to manage your stress that's leading you to the drinking in a more constructive way. Do you have anything that you like to do, or hobbies or activities that you do that alcohol might be getting in the way of?
I used to climb a lot and pretty good at soccer. Did that for a while. I did a lot. But I quit. I'm still not doing it anymore. Yeah, there's some things I used to do.
Do you think maybe getting back into climbing or soccer might help you manage your stress a little better? Maybe you start to reduce your alcohol intake by doing those activities again?
Yeah, I enjoy climbing and playing soccer. Yeah, I like doing that kind of stuff.
Okay. Well, I think that might be a good goal, that is maybe to try to focus on those activities again, those things that you really enjoy doing, so that they can help you to try to reduce your drinking intake. Just for the sake of your health, it seems that it's having an effect. Do you think that your friends and your wife might be people in your life that could help you achieve that goal?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a couple of good guys. I guess they'd be helpful, and yeah, it'd be good to be around them.
Well, it sounds like your friends certainly care about you, and having people that to lean on, the people that care about you, that can be very beneficial, and that can help to reduce stress in your life. So if it's okay with you, I'd like to set up another appointment later on, just to kind of assess your progress with those goals that we talked about. Trying to get back into those activities, and trying to help reduce your stress in different ways. Would that be okay with you?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me before we finish up here?
How do I get out of here?
It's just that right door on the right.
Okay.
All right.